Hello, my name is Aidan Moore, and for my Engineer 105 final project, I recreated the game of Galaga in MATLAB. So to start off, we have a level creator. This function allows the user to create the initial formation of the aliens coming down. So let me bring that window over. So it's a pretty simple layout. You have the grids showing all the spots where an alien can start out. Left click to place a blue alien, middle click to place a green alien, and right click to place a red alien. When you're satisfied with your formation, you can hit the S key, and that will save the file for you to load into the actual game. So let's close out of that, and then start out by hopping into the game. Okay. So I'm going to bring that over here. So you heard the start sound. It said stage 1 on the screen. I'm not sure if it caught that. And it is a bit slow because of the recording, but you can see the aliens will begin to drop down, strafing side to sides. They will bounce off the walls if they reach those. And they will also randomly change direction occasionally if they are traveling opposites of me, as you just saw there. So it's A and D for the player to move, space for them to shoot. You want to avoid being hit by the aliens while hitting them yourself with your bullets, of course. Yeah, there you just saw me get hit. That destroys both the player and the alien ship. And triggers the reset function that causes all of the aliens to continue moving down and loop back to the top of the screen before they come to rest in their initial positions. And then if the player has lives remaining, they will spawn back in with another ship, able to fight the aliens again. Okay, so then once the player clears a stage, you'll go into the next stage. I just have it looping the same formation over and over right now. And you might also notice on the right side of the screen, the score is going up whenever I hit an alien. There isn't multiplier. It's worth 1 times points if they are sitting in the initial formation as they are right now. When one starts moving down towards me, it will be double points because, of course, they're a bit harder to hit there. Okay, now let's take a look at the functions themselves. So, of course, we have the start function, which is just a script that loads in the tests level file that we created and starts the game. So this is the main function. It consists of a bunch of initialization in the beginning, setting up the figure window and player character, as well as a bunch of variables. And then the main while loop, which updates cyclic variables, updates positions, and looks for collisions between the players and the aliens and the bullets that the player shoots. Updates the graphics and then repeats. In this function, we also have some callbacks. This one does all the key presses: Q to quit, A to go left, D to go right, space to shoot. There's also a release function that sets the velocity of the player to 0 whenever A or D are released. Velocity controls are a bit smoother than positional controls for player-controlled keyboard input movements. Down here we have the check for hits function, which looks for a collision between a single bullet and any alien ship. It will then return whether it's a hit and which ship it did hit, if applicable. Moving on, we have the move aliens function. This updates the position of the aliens. They have a direction variable, which is going to be left, right, or stopped. And that's pretty self-explanatory. They move strafe left, right, or they don't strafe at all. They also have a chance to morph into one of the other ones. For example, when we saw them hitting the walls, that would change from a left to a right or a right to the left. And when they're stopped, every 100 game cycles, they have the ability to begin moving. And then at the bottom here, we have just a simple if statement that sends any aliens that hit the bottom back up to the top so they loop around. Moving on, we have the explode function, which is pretty simple. All aliens have an explosion state variable, and the player has a death state variable. This is normally 0, in which case this function does nothing to that object. When there is a collision, though, in the main while loop, we'll set it to a 1, and this will loop through each frame of the explosion animations for the aliens and player respectively. At the end, the alien is deleted, and the player is also deleted, and then the stage is reset. The reset stage function, we just take all the aliens. If they are not already stopped at their initial positions, then they will continue moving downwards until they reach like their initial row, and then they'll be set to stop. This is updated with the move aliens function. After that's done, a life will be removed. The player will get game over if applicable when their lives reach 0. If not, then the player will be respawned and the game will continue as it did before. To start the game, we have the entrance function to populate the board. This intakes the level creator file that we made earlier, and that is the cell array that contains the character vector blue, red, or green, depending on how we clicked in each cell. And that will just create the alien object and then return the full list of them back out to the main while loop. And then the level creator, that is just the initialization code, as well as a callback function for the mouse clicks and another one for the button press that saves off the file. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching.